Hey you folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization 6. We are playing as Australia here, and I didn't realize it because I normally play with my own volume set quite low. Maybe you guys can hear the music, or maybe you can't. But they've been playing Waltzing Matilda. I like that tune. It's very, very, very nice. I mean, you know, stereotypical for Australia perhaps, but it is a really, really lovely little tune, so that is playing in the background. We are currently working our way up to, I was going to say military dominance. Not exactly. Naval dominance is what I meant to say over here. We've got one frigate, or frigate, as I like to say when I'm feeling spicy. We are going to go and upgrade our other quadrime to frigate as well. I think we need 375 gold for that. Yeah, indeed. And I mean, we're getting a decent amount of money. We'll probably want to build another one as well. We're about to finish our third and final archer. But yeah, if we get, I think I said 3 or 4 frigates, something like that. Even 3 should be more than enough, especially if we end up upgrading our galleys to caravels, although that's really expensive, so we'll see how that goes before we do it. China is settling like crazy. Most likely China will be our first target on the basis that they have a ton of wonders, and they're expanding. Oh, hello! I have not actually seen Jadwiga in a game before, because the only game I played since getting the Poland DLC was me playing as her. That is a very shiny crown. I like that a lot. You know, the little bloom on there, that's an appropriate place for some bloom going on there. So, very shiny. Let's exchange information on our capitals. Okay. We're not near one another, so we're feeling very good and comfortable about that. How's our science rate? We're at 52. Again, when we're talking about... Oh, yes, we got a boost to machinery because we finished our third archer. Excellent. When we're talking about deity level AI, we're actually keeping pace halfway okay in terms of science. Certainly there's some people, excuse me, that are surpassing us. But they're no longer, you know, it's not like they're doubling us anymore or anything like that, and things are feeling pretty okay. One of the reasons they started, when we first meet them, they have such a high tech boost is because they start so far ahead on civics and things like that, they've probably got policy cards that they can throw in to get themselves a boost, but we've got that going on now, so that is good and lovely. Excuse me, we have nothing that we have a boost for. Are we on the cusp of getting a boost for anything? We have like one mine. The other question is there anything we need to rush to finish? And I don't think we do. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start half researching stuff. Hopefully we remember. We are going to build an aqueduct over here for Vienna at some point. It actually might be worthwhile starting with military engineering, because it's possible the aqueduct will get boosted first. We will want industrial zones sooner rather than later, though. That is a very important thing, but I'm not sure that we're going to get 3 mines that quickly. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a bunch of half researching. Okay, Archer finished. So, Vienna, what are we going to build for you? We could finally get a harbor up, but... I mean, we don't need that for the boost or anything like that, so I think we're okay. I mean, the Great Library is fantastic, obviously, as are the pyramids. If you are housing capped, the granary is good. Or the aqueduct, which... Did we not unlock the aqueduct tech? I thought we did. Can't remember how you spell aqueduct. It's aqua, not aqua, right? Okay, we need engineering for that. So why don't we start with engineering then? We might hard research it. Well, we are starting in ancient walls over there. Yeah, I think we'll do it with, again, I think I'm going to keep up with a bunch of half researches. So we'll do that. If I am concerned about housing in Vienna, I could just go and put down a granary first. It's only going to take 8 turns, and that's not too shabby. But I think... Ooh, that's a tough decision. That actually is a really tough decision. Whether we go right into another frigate. You know what? I will squeeze in the granary, because we're so close to that housing cap. You get the soft cap at 8, and then your growth really starts to slow down here. We are 15 turns away from growing. You know what? No, we'll squeeze in the frigate first. That's going to be okay. And then I'll probably just queue up the granary, because we'll really need it at that time. But that'll get us a 3rd frigate. I'm going to feel really good about that. Well, it'll be our 3rd one when we upgrade our quadrime, but that's going to happen. This archer, what are we going to do with it? I'm tempted to put a 2nd one up by Salzburg, because if we are fighting China, most likely they'll send quite a good number of troops over that way. I mean, there is something to be said about reinforcing our cities over here, but yeah, I think it's going to be okay. We'll put you somewhere like that. That's going to be okay. We met Poland, some peace. Lisbon has negotiated peace with Poland. Okay, that's fine. We don't have an envoy, right? Right. No. Poland's doing really bad with science, too. Very, very powerful nation. But I'm actually not sure that Poland's going to be a threat in the hands of the AI. I think Poland represents someone who's really powerful in the hands of the player, but maybe less for the AI. I suspect Australia will be dangerous in the hands of the AI, because I suspect when the AI comes to, say, place a campus, they'll just place in the place with the highest bonus. So they'll probably calculate that in. Okay, our scout got a goody hut, which is nice. We can go ahead and scoot a boot over here. We'll meet another city-state as well, so that's nice. So yeah, defensive tactics. Well, I think, is that the only one I could research? Oh, no, it's not. I'm actually thinking, I gotta wait until we're done next turning here, is switch over to military tactics. Someone might declare war on us and boost that. Since we're not rushing to finish that civic, I don't think. Who dat? Kumasi wants me to train a caravel. If we upgrade a ship to a caravel, that will count to complete that quest. So that'll be pretty good. I'm going to put you back on automatic. That's going to be okay. Yeah, so maybe that's what we'll do. Rather than upgrade this guy right away to a frigate, maybe we'll upgrade one of the other ships to a caravel. I mean, we do want the triple frigate to go to war. In fact, more than the caravel. But it is nice to finish those quests. The sooner you finish them, the sooner you get the bonus. Also, you want to finish them before you go to a next era. Okay, we're halfway up engineering. So let's switch over to, sure, military engineering. So same thing. We're going to try to swap these out when we get the halfway marker. I think I'll hard research military training because I don't think we're building an encampment for some time. If we were going to build one, Salzburg would probably be the ideal location for it. But even then, I'm not sure where. You know, possibly up on this hill to defend against this, but not really. It is nice to get the encampments for later on for the armies and everything for all the crazy discounts, but no, I think we're just going to power through military training. Right, so you're just going to chill there. That's good. The other thing to consider is, where's machinery? Okay, so if we do finish engineering, which will happen as soon as we finish the ancient walls that we're building, we could then start on machinery and unlock crossbows, which actually would probably give us an insanely powerful ground force over here. In fact, oh, we're building ancient walls here too in 3 turns. Okay, that's good. So you know what? I'm actually going to move the 3rd archer up there. What we need, then, more than anything, is a whole whack ton of money. It's funny comparing this to my Poland game where I was running like the super mega trade routes. The money situation is a lot harder here, and I do need to get harbor/commercial hubs. Not both, because that has been nerfed, but we do need to get more trade routes after all, or overall. Okay, not a whole lot going on our turns. Our placement here is okay, so that's fine. Okay, next turn. Hagia Sophia has been built. Fair enough. It's fine. Oh, I could buy a builder, but I'm not going to because we're going to be upgrading some ships. I do have to decide next turn. Next turn I could upgrade the frigate, or do I get the caravel? But I was going to say, if I got a builder over here, I could go and hook up the cattle, get another pop. I mean, we don't need to rush the border expansion. It doesn't actually matter when we get it. The important thing was to get this tile in the first place, so we're good there. There's our boost towards engineering. Very nice.
Believe that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Engineers believe that if it ain't broke, it doesn't have enough features yet.
That is a good quote. That is a good quote, I have to say. Okay, so the wall's finished here. Maybe I should just build a builder here. I think that's probably fine. I mean, there's a lot of tile improvements we could work on. I'm curious, what are we looking for a campus site? Yeah, a campus site on the other location would be pretty nice. It would be even better if we could improve its appeal. When we can plant forest, if we end up planting a forest here, I wonder if that might bring this tile's appeal up to the next level. And wouldn't that be quite nice? Although, I gotta say, +5 science, still pretty good. But yeah, we do need some trade things. I'm wondering if I should possibly build... What is this tile here? Nothing. If I should possibly build a harbor over here. Because Linz could become the ideal place to build ships. Its production rates are kind of crap, though. Yeah, the production rate here will never be good, so we're never going to be able to spam out a bunch of ships. So, I mean, we could build a harbor just for the trade route access. That ain't bad. But do we want to burn an entire district on a tile that's never going to be that important? The commercial hub, can be slightly better, although... that takes a ground tile, and we've got our outback station, so we may not want to do that. We do need some trade routes. You know what? I am going to go ahead and build a harbor. Right here. I don't think anything else about placement really matters. So we're going to do that. Now, I will say this. I would really like to get this crab tile, and it's possible Lisbon will go and steal it from us. 19 turns for this tile, and then it'll probably grow towards crab after. I could buy that tile, but I really have to save my money for unit upgrades. And yeah, I will be going and doing an upgrade to a caravel first, because it would be really nice to finish that city quest. It's something I'm going to want to do at some point anyway. So if I'm going to do that, we may as well do it. We'll get the extra little bonus. Military engineering. Okay, we actually do want to put one more turn into this. And that timer's still just slightly off. Maybe there's a good reason for it, but I'm not sure. So military training, we're just going to hard research. We're going to leave that there. But yeah, we'll swap off of military engineering at this point. We can actually start... since we finished engineering from finishing our walls, it means now we can research on machinery, which we already have the boost for. So we are going to do that. Yeah, we got a lot of things we got to put money into. Because the crossbows will be sick. 21 turns to the extra frigate. I don't think there's any boost from building multiple frigates, right? I think there's one from having 2 caravels. Although, I think... Was that square rigging? And I think we already boosted that. No, boosted kill a unit with a musket. Yeah, okay, maybe not. There's one for having 3 privateers. Alright, machinery, military training is going to get hard worked. You are going to get some walls here just to make sure China, which already has crossbows, so that could definitely be threatening. They got crossbows and muskets here, so the walls are going to be useful as a minimum, and yeah, we may need to prioritize that. Still, it's mostly going to come down to naval warfare and what goes on there. Frigates underway. Oh, we can do our upgrades, so I will go ahead and upgrade you, which is going to complete the quest. So that's nice. I like that. Alright, and then once again, we'll probably have to start saving up money. Oh, our unit maintenance just gone up a bit. Now, one thing to consider when we do change... oh, actually, that's not a bad idea. Is there anyone I can faith buy? No, no. Okay. When we do change our government here, is we probably will need to take conscription to save some money. Which means a wildcard policy, so we get less great scientist points, and that does hurt a lot. Hey, it's Charles Darwin, the guy who screwed us that one time, remember? Apparently that has been fixed. The patch notes for the Australia DLC included a note about great scientists not properly using the wonders from the Viking DLC or something of that nature. So apparently he would work better. The problem is we actually don't have a great wonder that's easily accessible. Yeah, that is a great city, I gotta say. And they're colonizing this island. That would have been awesome for us, but that's okay. All we need is one successful war. And actually we'll, like, jump ahead and score and everything. I mean, a lot of the score is being buffed by their wonders and things like that, so I think we're okay. Walls have finished in Salzburg. Excellent. 42 defense. Makes me feel a lot safer here. Crossbows are still pretty badass, but I think we'd have a sufficient amount. We could get the monument for more growth. We could start on our district. There's lots of things, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to start on a builder, because I do need another one, and I specifically need it up north, so I think that's going to be fine and fair. You are going to chill out over there. So yes, powering through machinery, powering through military training. I'm totally okay with that. Next turn. And yeah, I am happy that we're working our way towards a trade route, although this one's being pretty bad. Maybe what we'll do is we'll launch the next trade route from Linz to give it a production boost of some kind.
How come men have to go
Raid and veterancy. That neither one of those I need. Now I could change governments. That's interesting. We could switch over to oligarchy, because that way I could keep my inspiration policy, and I'm just probably sacrificing urban planning for conscription over there to save a few bucks. I do like the amenities here, but I guess we'll have to deal with it. The land melee unit bonus isn't particularly meaningful, but the experience gain should be handy-ish. We could go autocracy, but I don't think that's where we need to go. Alright, we're going to switch over to oligarchy. That's going to be fine. So, natural philosophy, definitely. We keep the influence points, that's fine. We keep the inspiration, I'm okay with that. And yeah, we're going to throw in conscription. So, how much is it going to make a difference? We're currently making 5.6. 13.6, yeah. Big money. I think every one of our units right now costs at least 1 gold worth of maintenance. We fulfilled our promise to the Chinese, so hey, that's pretty good. I guess we're just going to finish defensive tactics then, since we don't have a choice, and we did get an envoy over here. Now, can I suzerain anyone? No. So let's consider bonuses. Getting to the next level with Yervin doesn't make a difference. Getting to the next level with Cobble also doesn't make a difference. Although they're relatively well positioned, and having them as an ally would be handy. So maybe I'll go ahead and spend a point there, and if we can get the fourth one, we'll become the suzerain. This should also displace the US from being the suzerain there, or maybe we have to surpass it. That's possible. Alright, machinery in 1 turn, defensive tactics in 2. We're good with that. You are working on your frigate. You are working on that harbor. 46 turns is pretty bad. Maybe I should tell you to be production focused. Makes literally no difference. I'll tell you what, I'll leave it on just for cuz, but yeah. About over here. It might be worthwhile. What are we costing ourselves? Some food, and we do want the growth. You're going to grow in 2 turns, and then after that, your growth is sort of going to get stalled, so we'll probably change your focus at that point. All right, I think we're going to leave things more or less where they are. Salzburg is about to grow. Very nice there. Okay, religious thing going on, and we will now have unlocked crossbows, and we're just going to be looking to upgrade these 3 archers to crossbows. It's going to take a lot of money, but it's going to save us some production. Okay, that's good. We don't have the boost in military engineering yet. We have to build that aqueduct, so... Do we have the university tech? I don't remember if it's tech or somewhere else. Education. So we need apprenticeship. Okay, well, we'll at least half build apprenticeship. We actually might... I'm actually thinking we're going to hard build apprenticeship. Because we're far away from building 3 mines. Because there's just the landscape sort of kind of doesn't support it. I mean, it could do that. We don't have the builders either. Because I can build 1 mine here. I've got 1 here. So can I build a 3rd mine in Salzburg? I guess here. So it is possible, and I do have a builder coming. He could go and pasture, mine, and then add the 3rd mine over here. Because I already have 1. So that might work. Anyway, so, okay, perhaps we'll consider just half researching apprenticeship. But we do have the boost to education, so getting it soon would be nice. Getting the universities up is more science, plus does lead to a Eureka.
Defense,
what is this wonder? Forbidden City.
Opulence.
Bastions, limes, okay. We are not going to change our policies, but we are going to change what we're researching here. So we do have the boost towards feudalism already, so that seems like the thing to do. Naval tradition, we're almost certainly not going to kill a unit with a quadrime. We do still have a quadrime. We could keep this one around just to get the boost, which is actually kind of interesting. 1 less frigate, but we could always spend the money upgrading, you know, our archers, for example, which actually will be quite important. Ooh, I like that. So even getting rid of the bonus amenities, we actually aren't hurting for amenities anywhere, which is nice to see. We're about to get our first theater square here, which is good because our culture is really lagging behind. Yes, we're half building apprenticeship, or half researching apprenticeship. You're denouncing me because I have a different government. Oh well. These things happen. We're going to sink 1 more turn into that. Thank you very much. What do you want? You want me to construct an industrial zone? Well, I would like to construct an industrial zone too. I don't know where we're going to put it. Especially with the lack of mines. It's like a lot less tempting. Okay, apprenticeship is now ready to go. So we're just going to start researching printing, I guess. I don't know what's going to come first. How far from an advanced government form are we? Civil service actually could happen. After this in Vienna, we are going to be working on a granary. So its housing cap's going to be 11. So it actually could grow to size 10 pretty easily, which will be nice. Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. So you're actually running musketmen corps over here. You're also damn close to my borders, which I don't like. Musket corps are going to be pretty damn dangerous. That's one of the things of the fact that I always lag behind so much on culture is... Oh, barbarians. Who are going after my trader. Shit. God damn it, I wish I'd seen that earlier. I have to rebuild my trade route. I don't think I had time to react. I think it just moved into vision this turn. I'm not sure. I was like, I can go kill it with ships. I mean, I can still go kill it with ships. But I can't save my trade route. Oh, maybe I can get the kill with a quadrime. That would be very lovely. So I'm going to keep this galley. Keep it here, that's fine. Okay, so you got plunder. We'll have to build a new one. We'll probably start in Graz in a second, because it's got 2 turns left of the theater square, and that sounds fine. You're working way up there, you're working way up there. We're going to get the builder over here. We don't have enough money to do anything, really, so that's okay. We found a goodie hut. Have to see... Oh, and it's actually the scout that's bought it. That's very convenient. China declared war on America. That's why they were moving some troops in my direction. Because we're getting kind of concerned. Right? Because I was seeing the knight, I was seeing this. But he declared war on America. Possibly for the land over here. Which is pretty understandable. Okay, that's actually quite good for me. Let's just scoot you out here. We gotta find that barbarian. Okay. Printing, still good. Production's okay. Next turn, you're going to start on a trade route, which we will then send to Linz, and then try to get a production boost out of there. Alright, walls, yeah. Some peace. Still don't know why the tooltips are so apocalyptically bad and slow. Yeah, I don't want to train. Jadwiga made peace with Saladin. Okay, that's fine. You are going to start on a trader, please, and thank you. Where's that barbarian? No idea. Ah! I was hoping we get an easy kill there. At least this should keep China a little bit busier, which I think will be good for me. Might help pull its units out of position as well. The Goody Hut gave us a builder! That's very nice! I'm like, why do I have a builder here? It must be because we popped the tribal village. Must have given us this builder. That's actually really quite good. We have machinery, so I think we can build lumber mills now, right? Yeah, we do. That's actually good because we need a lumber mill down there. But the first thing I'm going to do with this builder is go and build a mine over here because that's going to get us close to another Eureka. Right? Yeah, for apprenticeship. And we have no idea where that barbarian went. Oh well. You can go back to auto-exploring, but congratulations on finding that builder. I really appreciate that, buddy. Fantastic win. By the way, in case any of you guys were wondering, the train glitch is still there. This is a new day of recording, so the game has been restarted completely. It's still definitely there, and you can clearly tell by the minimap that we are obviously on the seam of the world here. I'm betting it's a side effect of the hill on one side and the river on the other. That's really causing that to be there because we don't see the seam anywhere else. So I think it's just a side effect of the particular terrain combination there. Very unlikely. Okay, I think we're all good. Printing is not yet too far ahead. Because, yeah, we're just going to half research it. So it'll be ready to go. And after feudalism, send an envoy. Well, we are going to get a theater square soon, so we might want to get more influence here. Now, we're not close to get a suzerainship. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just get Kabul. That's probably a good idea. What's their mission again? Trigger Eureka for banking. So what do we need for that? Is banking in a tech or is it a civic? Banking. Have the guild civic. Oh, which we do want, actually. Oh, that's right. That was the other thing we were doing over here. Right. Is we were heading towards guild because it unlocks our unique. Right? Our outback station, although getting the boost for this is pretty hard. I think it's still fair to finish feudalism. Not that I think we're going to get the adjacency bonus, but we do have the discount. And then we'll start working here. Ideally... Did it change the order? That's weird. I held shift. Can you not shift Q the same way? Okay, there we go. I don't know. Maybe it didn't... That was weird. Yeah, finish feudalism because why not? I don't know. Actually, serfdom is really good. We're actually building a builder right now, so that's actually going to be a huge win to flip in. Yeah, we might be able to get the boost here. Vienna might still grow, but I don't know. I don't know. All right, I guess we're going to abandon that that search for that. What I think I should do is actually scout out the southern Chinese coast. Because there's a good chance, if we were to start the war, that this is actually what we're going to want to attack first. Their capital, take their best city. Although Zhurong over here is really, really vulnerable. Okay, trader is going to come in. Builder's going to move up over here. Next builder in 12. Would have been nice if we had serfdom before this. We got this free builder, but I'm not going to look a free builder in the mouth. Harbor is slow as hell. Tech rate. So China's up to 100 now. 104. They must have just changed the policy, actually. Oh! They just finished the Great Library as well. Okay, we got a boost towards stirrups. Oh, because of feudalism. Excellent.
Came the growth of iron armor.
Okay. I can't give up natural philosophy. It's too good. So I'm going to have to give up inspiration for now so that we can put in serfdom. There we go. For the next builder. Alright, you are going to mine here. Wait, that was our third mine? Really? What else did we mine? Is that a mine on the Jade? Oh, it is a mine on the Jade. Okay. Alright, well, it's fine.
To train an apprentice. My two tools are example and nagging.
Alright, that's fine. I mean, we're still going to build a mine over here, so it's sort of moot. Although, I could have just built an outback station over here, which actually would have been much better. Had I realized that this this thing on the Jade was a mine, which I hadn't quite clued in on, I would have been able to leave this area empty for an outback station. Because it is adjacent to a pasture and everything. But we'll come back to it. For now, it actually might be very good to encourage Graz to work more production. I guess it doesn't make a difference. It's working the same amount. It's already working that tile. So that we can finish the trader a little sooner. It actually is making a difference, so I guess that's okay. So these just completed a few things, but we still had something in a queue. They weren't even, like, in the queue. Well, feudalism was, but apprenticeship, we're doing what? Like printing. So it's going to show up again on the next turn. Oh, actually, this is perfect timing. Look at that. We just passed the halfway point. So we're going to go ahead and... we can finish education now. Yes, please do that ASAP so we can actually build that university. Alright, civil service. Is there any chance, actually, Graz... 50 turns, yeah. You're getting a huge food penalty because you're over. If we can get you a little bit more housing... Are you, like, at an odd number housing? Can we tell? Nope, it's not. Improvements. Yeah, I don't know if we're at an odd number of housing or not. So I don't know if a farm here will fix it. Will give us +1 housing, which is kind of sort of what we need. The problem is I want an outback station there later on, no matter what. So if I build it and it doesn't help me in short term, that will kind of suck. I suppose I could consider buying a tile, not that I have any money for it, so never mind. Because, you know, we could do fishing boats, or up here we could build a farm there instead, just to squeeze out another point of housing. But I don't think it's to be. Perhaps what we can do in Vienna over here, actually, is I can go and clear this rainforest. Because I don't think we need it for anything. You know, I think it might give beauty, but I don't think that's what we're really concerned with. There's adjacency to campus bonuses, but our campus is actually over here. So this will give food and production to Vienna, and that actually might be the best way to go. And we actually might be able to force Vienna to grow. I think a lot of it will actually be lost, though. Maybe what I'll do, tell you what, I'm going to delay the frigate. This way the chops will go towards the granaries. Okay, I don't want to leave too many units here because that'll make them nervous. Just one frigate can keep exploring here. So Cobble's on our side. Cobble's got its own caravel as well, which could be handy. You do that, that'll end your turn. Hopefully with a chop, that'll actually finish the granary in one. I think it'll still waste some of the food from the first chop here, though. Yeah, in hindsight, I should have started the granary sooner. So we're still good here. Yeah, it'd be really nice to get the boost to civil service. But we have to grow twice in Vienna, so that's going to be damn tricky. There's nothing we can do to have Graz grow faster. Huh. Linz is not that far away, but it's actually got housing 8 of 10. Although it'll still get only partial once it hits 9. And it's not growing fast enough to be worthwhile. Alright, let's just go ahead and clear this. Did indeed finish that right away. I think we lost some of the food along the way, which is unfortunate, but that's alright. Japanese frigate. The number of people living in my empire is impressive. Oh, you like population size? Well, well, well. That's great. Trade's about to finish. And yeah, I'm going to send it here for the production boost. You're just going to chill. You are going to move here, and we'll do another chop. We'll have to get a builder down here to improve that terrain after. Ooh, some things have been pillaged over here. These two borders are quite close together. You're going to chill. Which money we got? 189, or 186, sorry. And great people. Yeah, nothing within range. We do need to get more campuses down. It's such a turbo campus bonus. We actually will want at least one holy site somewhere so that we can, well, two things. One, get some faith to help us faith buy things. The other thing that will be nice is it'll give us somewhere to put our relic, which will free up a spot in our palace for, you know, miscellaneous other works. So that finished the frigate. That finished this. We have the campus and you have a library. We don't have the university tech yet, although it's right around the corner. Where do I get the +2 from here? Oh, tiles appeal. Right. We need a commercial hub somewhere. That's a little far away. I don't think we're going to rush it. What about an industrial zone? We do need a industrial zone on this continent. So you got the one mine, you've got the district. The nice spot about having it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it would reach all of my cities. Although I'm talking about putting an aqueduct there. Which is the only place I can put it, and this will give a big boost to Vienna's max size. I think I have to get the aqueduct for sure. So then the industrial zone placement becomes much less interesting and viable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it could be as far south as this. We could consider building... Is this hill? Yes, and here. These are all hills. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we could get a double mine here and put an industrial zone here. Okay, I think that's going to be fine. I'm not going to buy that tile. Maybe I'll just start on the aqueduct. Or another frigate is also a good idea. No, I'll start on the aqueduct. That's going to be fine. I'm going to do that. I am going to remove this. I'm going to point out that I would like an industrial zone there. And I'll just remind myself that it would be very nice to, I don't know, mine these things. Whatever value that icon will be. Okay. I will still do a chop here. Alright, 50 turns to grow. $25 turns to grow. I mean, we still won't get the boost in a relative time. Well, I could research something other than this. It actually might make a lot of sense to focus Vienna on growth. 25 turns, so we can swap out civil service. So we actually will save us, what was it, like 16 turns for the whole thing? So it'll save us 8 turns of civic stuff, which is pretty good. Got education in 1 turn. Now, so we're now at 2 frigates. Yeah, the city strength is too high. We can't just take it with frigates. So the idea of rushing there isn't going to work. Although America is substantially weaker. We might want to consider exploring that. Speaking of exploring, it would still be nice to have something on auto-explore. But we might want to explore and attack against America, is what I'm trying to say. Especially if we can get Lisbon back to our side. We're not getting another envoy for a while, so I don't know. Peter has finished the Potato Palace. Hey, congratulations, Peter.
The purpose of education.
There's still a decent spot for a city over here.
An empty mind with an open one.
All right. So obviously they've already got this. We are, as soon as we build a university, all our universities are next to mountains, so that's not going to be too bad. Yes, so I'm going to move you to Linz because it needs a production boost. That's going to be fine. You're working on your granary now, which I still think is a very good idea. Alright, next. I don't suppose you have any wonders, huh? Nope. But you've got a lot of territory. Big city size, while being... Oh, no. You just got a tech upgrade, so now you've got a 55 defense. And what are our frigates bombard at? They do bombard at a 55, actually. So they should be relatively okay. You finish that builder, which is nice. We do have to build some things over here, but I think we are going to want a monument and possibly followed by a granary, actually. Basic infrastructure. So you're going to come over here. We're going to go and get the cattle online for the boost. You can't run anywhere that got a trade route. We're actually looking for bonus production. We're obviously not going to run you towards Washington. Buenos Aires seems like a good pick, though. So we're going to do that. It's actually pretty, like, percentage-wise significant boost to your production because it was pretty low. And then, yeah, the sooner we finish the harbor, the sooner we can get another trade route up. So that's a thing. Next turn. Oh, we got to put a cut in this video. It's gone way too long. So thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you guys next time.